Hey, here we are.
Uh,
Another week.
What's going on?
Nothing new.
Same old, same old.
I hear that.
No
out
more
there grabbing
toys,
up them
Mama.
Joes. Why not?
No toys. Nowhere to be found.
Nope.
They're
I
missing
found
like
some.
they're missing like John.
Yeah.
Well, John's probably off hijacking the truck.
MIA.
He was just saying he didn't have the link, so he's just catching up. They're running a little behind today, which is no big deal, anyways. So
Yeah, running a lot behind for me.
yeah, he'll
It's
catch
been a
up.
busy Sunday for me for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of running going on today.
Yeah.
And I bet you didn't even find no toys either, did you?
I didn't even go nowhere to find no toys.
Yeah. Just everything else in life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear
Oh,
that.
he
There's John.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Hey, John.
man, I'm
Glad you could join us.
7:00.
Hey, you in a different area again.
I was gonna say you
Yeah, I'm back
rearranged
in the
again.
playroom now. Or now it's our library.
There you
The
go.
library.
Yeah, I moved all my books in here on these shelves and let Nancy have all them in the bedroom.
Cute.
Yeah.
Trying
John's
to
in
get
whatever he's in whatever corresponding room is, according to how mad Nancy is on him. Mad at him on the scale.
There you go.
She not mad at me. I just give her some space. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I've been selling stuff as quick as I could,
It's good.
making room.
It's very good. I'm just not really accumulating much right now. Yeah, well, I say that I'm making stuff, but I'm not really
Oh boy.
not
I
spending
ain't,
it.
I,
That's a
I ain't
good
had
thing.
time to even get anything together for tonight. It's
It's only
just
been a
crazy.
four-figure month for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've bought any
Yeah.
figures this month.
I got. I picked up 2. Well, actually, no. I picked up 4 because I did. I found Zap and I found Crazy Legs last weekend on the pegs and stood right there and canceled my pulse order as I was picking them off the pegs. So, yeah, literally, I did too. I canceled my pulse order right then and there. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people complaining why pre-order when you find them at Walmart before they even get there.
well, I mean, that's happened for quite a few of the last waves, especially the retro carded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. The retailer's supposed to get them first, but
Well,
Yeah,
if
unless
I
the
went-
public gets them
listen,
first
right.
every time, the retailers will quit buying them.
yeah, I went lazy and I just ordered mine off Walmart. But I did find one figure in the wild. And anybody wanting to know the next Joe thing is supposed to be out in May or April. It's, Amazon's got what is it, Zarana or Zartana or whatever in the swamp skier. Get it? You can pick it up May the 1st.
Amazon. That's what Amazon
Yep.
showed May the 1st.
Yeah.
I didn't even order it. I'm just gonna wait for it to come out. And
Well,
I
I
ain't
sent a
ordered anything.
screenshot. I sent a screenshot to my girlfriend. Our anniversary's next month. Maybe she'll pick a hint.
Nah.
Probably not.
No. Nah.
I don't. I think my Pulse membership run out back last fall. I don't even know if I got it when I ordered them that Arctic Kiss or not.
Well, a lot of people complaining about that, and they're just letting their Pulse membership go because you can find them at Walmart before they even hit Pulse.
Well,
The exclusives.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
the only reason I had it.
Yeah. And the shipping. I mean, the shipping is if one big item, especially the way costs are now, one big item, you pretty much so covered your membership. So
I got it because the HasLab, the shipping on the HasLab usually covers the membership fee,
Yeah.
and then you got a few exclusive figures that you get a shot at. So
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Now, if it gets to where they sell out and you can't order them while you're a member, then yeah, I'll quit subscribing. But well, I guess I've already quit subscribing because, like I said, I think my membership ran out. But used to, they would send me a notification, but I didn't get anything.
Oh yeah, I got blasted with notifications when mine expired.
When I seen basically everybody's crying, most of the people crying or upset about the Delta Force trooper hitting Walmart stores before you can even pre-order it.
Yeah.
Definitely did happen.
Well, I mean, nothing's selling out now, so I mean that's
What's going on, Chad?
so I mean that's a bonus too. So and we're not. I don't know what we
Oh,
even.
I didn't know we were live. I thought we were about to get started.
Yeah.
We've been literally live for 7 minutes, John.
This is us uncut tonight, boys and girls. I was kind of curious to see what else is up on the old Hasbro Pulse deal here. If I can find it there.
We found these at Walmart in Gadsden. I didn't even know they were out yet. And we walked in there and they had them up there where the Mandalorian was. The stuff for the Mandalorian movie.
Yeah. They also have Han and Luke and Stormtrooper disguise.
Yeah,
in that
I heard it.
series too.
I heard it was just a Han head and a Luke head on the Stormtrooper body, but it was $5 more than the
I don't
regular
know. All I saw
Stormtrooper.
was you can go on Walmart.com and it's the same price.
That's what's weird. These are $14.96 at Walmart, but even on the Blocky website, they're $20.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the deal is with that. Walmart's getting them $5 cheaper than everybody else for some reason.
It's the same way with the blind boxes.
Yeah.
They're selling them at $4.97, but you go to the Blocky website and they're $8.97.
Yeah.
Well,
I reckon the only thing right now is come out recently for pre-orders sold out is the Red Dog and Taurus 2-pack.
see there? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's the Han at the top.
Yeah.
And then there's the Luke.
Well, that's what they're going for at our store up here in Russell. $14.
That was on Walmart.com.
I'm still looking for that Wave 2 of the Marvel Legends when I can get that Spider Ham.
I'm gonna try to walk down the stairs with me.
Yeah, please don't.
I can't really see any.
Something interesting did kind of happen to me today, though.
Yeah.
I had a few minutes while I was down, so I was going through some old Lego Star Wars minifigures I have, scanning them, checking out the prices on them. And that little sucker right there, can you see that guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is the first edition of Jango Fett. It's rare, apparently. They're going for like $350 to $400 on eBay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Cool.
I was like, money, cha-ching, time to cash in. And he's in mint condition. Man, some of these minifigs, you would not believe the prices of these suckers.
Oh yeah.
They are outrageous.
Yep.
Yeah, I got stowed in it this weekend.
Some of the DC minifigs, like the Comic-Con exclusives, they had the little card with them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them things go for $2,000 or $3,000.
Yep.
It is insane.
It sure is.
Absolutely insane.
I do. Yep, I do.
Yeah, we stopped at Bricks and Minifigs this weekend, and I mean, I didn't see nothing dark, sinister going on, but we got back in the vehicle, and the girlfriend there showed me a video. I'm gonna tell you right now, I won't never talk bad about GameStop ever again.
I did. You can buy stuff from there for good prices, but you can't sell to them. All they want to give you is about 20 or 30% of the value of whatever you're trying to sell them.
One of the videos she showed me the guy tried to jack a real expensive minifig from this guy.
Oh yeah, they will. I mean, I have a Lord Elrod from the Lord of the Rings series polybag. It's still sealed and everything. Minifig's never been put together. Nothing. It's sealed, and it's going for like $95 to $100 on eBay. They want to give me $10 for it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, we got
not a chance,
overhead.
buddy. Not a chance.
Well, the video I posted was this guy. He knew what he had. He was just going to go in and see if they kept their agreement. Was supposed to give you 50%.
No.
And he had a rare. I think it was C3PO. He was like gold plated or something other. And
Yeah.
and the last Bricks and Figs, they went to 4 or 5 stores. He just straight stole the figure from me. Just didn't put it back in his pile when he went through it. He claimed, he thought it was fake because it was light. And this boy already been to 2 or 3 stores and they authenticated it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I won't never ever badmouth GameStop again.
Yeah. I don't know. It's their policy, I guess. The real folks.
Well, their policy says they're supposed to give you 50% of market price, and they wasn't nowhere close.
Who's that?
Bricks and Minifigs.
Oh. I don't
have no horse in that race.
Any store that does 50%. Most of them.
They claim it. Well, in their little charter there, your agreement online, they claim they're supposed to.
Well, I know. I mean, the last time I was into GameStop, I was talking to the girl behind the counter, and she was just basically saying that GameStop themselves are scalping at this point because they're raising the price. They're raising the prices way above MSRP.
Oh, they are.
And that's, according to her, getting to be a complaint with the customers. But she said at least it's slowed down the scalpers because their profit margin's getting cut into, so they don't want to buy at GameStop. So it gives customers at least a chance.
Yeah, but no customers are going to pay that scalping price neither.
Oh, I know. Well, that's why I said they got a ton of stuff sitting there that everybody else is sold out of.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not moving because things are tight, man. It's not.
Well, GameStop, as far as figures, they're always at the very top of retail, at the tippy top.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they was $30 G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends before that was a thing in regular box stores.
Yep. Well, we had that last batch of pre-orders was in between shows, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? I don't know. I even want to talk about that.
I really don't see nothing there. I'd be interested in maybe Grunt for the OG 13 to replace the other one they gave us, but or not give us, but put out. But other than that, and I did pre-order Red Dog and Taurus.
That was just ridiculously discouraging to me. I mean, like I said, so I really don't even want to talk about it. Help yourselves, but I'm not kidding. That was crazy. Because it was after. It was a couple of days after because we were kind of speculating on what we thought that price was going to be, and I thought I might thought I was being a little pessimistic there with the prices we were getting. And then they come out and even higher than what we would say.
They was about $20 higher on that display than what I thought they was going to be.
Oh man, I said
$100. I said $99.99, and I was very shocked. I'll be honest.
Well, I went $89.99.
I figured I was kind of hoping to $89.99. I really was, and then you pay your sales tax, and where are you at? Right, you're still at $100, right? I mean, but no, it's like so.
Is it exclusive or is it general release?
It's exclusive to fan channels and Pulse.
Fan channels, yeah.
So
in other words, retailers didn't want
fan channel. I'm talking about it's not just Pulse exclusive.
No, it's
the
not.
only thing. The only thing exclusive was Pulse was the ramp rats.
Yeah.
Why didn't you open it up?
I don't. I mean, like I said, they had Stinger Jeeps at Walmart for $75, and they ended up clearancing them off because if people ain't going to pay $75 for a Stinger Jeep this big, and I know that the spoiler's supposed to be pretty good size, but if they're not going to pay $75 for a Stinger Jeep, then what makes them think they'll pay $109 for a despoiler?
Unfortunately, Walmart ain't clearance nothing out around here.
I don't see them doing it either.
That was just really, really discouraging, and I mean, hoping that it's not a sign of things to come. But I hate to say, there was a big leak list. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a really big leak list that popped up on a few channels.
Yeah.
This past week, and credit where credit's due. It's that Destro is my spirit animal, the same guy that Viper Island decided to attack on this last round. And I watched it. I don't. I have to tell you, it doesn't seem like much of a leaked list, other than somebody just putting a little common sense here and there and going, "This is what's going to come up next." Do you know what I'm saying? It really, I mean, there wasn't anything, right out of left field surprising. I think it was just kind of what we used to call educated guesses, right?
The only thing that surprised me was the triple T tank he leaked.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm looking at one right now, and I got to tell you,
It's viable.
Sure, but what are they going to charge for it?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, the water moccasins on that list too.
$110.
Well, no, I'm sorry, but that's a lot bigger than that despoiler. That would be a lot more than $110.
$210.
And the water moccasin is even bigger than that. So, I don't know. I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I'll say it again. I guess there's not much point in saying it again, but I will anyways. Hasbro needs to be very, very careful about what it does about pricing. And apparently they weren't watching us again, so they didn't hear us when we said that last time.
Well,
they try to help them out. What do they do?
Well, right, 2 days later, they really kick everybody right in the you-know-what with a price like that for what's basically two halves of a plastic shell stuck together.
Yep.
They went on and on and on. I mean, I'm not going to criticize the price. I'm going to criticize the product on this. They went on and on and on and on about how it's blast effect ready, right? The shield, the guns in the shield have got 2 holes for blast effects, and it's just like, but what did we not get for $110?
Blast effects.
No blast effects.
Nope.
None.
Those molds have been done forever. You couldn't throw blast effects in. Yeah, right.
You throw
Scrap irons been on clearance at GameStop for what, a year now?
and he has a ton.
And it's loaded with blast effects. But they want $110 for the despoiler with all of the holes and all of the armament, but no blast effects.
Yep.
I just don't. That's as bothersome to me as the price. You see, because not only are they going up in the price, but now they're going to cheap out on the product. And I'm sorry, but that's cheaping out on the product. I don't care what you say.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Don't design weapons and talk to your customer base about how great it's going to be to take from your other figures to put the blast effects on this thing that we're going to overcharge you for. I just don't. That's very bothersome to me.
Like, it would have been less annoying if for $110 you got a bunch more blast effects.
Yeah.
Then it would have been a little more reasonable.
No, it's still too expensive. Blast effects or not. It's just not. It's not $110 worth of toy.
No,
it's not.
And I can understand. I can understand their thinking, because there's a lot of new sculpt in that thing. Not that much.
Look, the Destro figure is fantastic. I mean, it's really a great figure. And I'm not even criticizing the design of the disc spoiler. I think it looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But to come out with that price and to cheap out on accessories, I don't think that bodes well for the future. I really don't.
I don't either.
Like I said, blast effects. They've been making blast effects for years at this point in time. They just can't possibly be much more than pennies to produce and throw in a box.
They might be a little bit.
They're not. Trust me, they're not. They've long since made their money out of those molds. Back in the days when we was all of the things that came with them used to sell out in seconds. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's
This is weird to me.
Put it away,
No,
please.
it's crushed in.
Do you think Hasbro is going to go into a deal where they'll start selling blast effect packs?
No,
I don't know.
no. I think Hasbro is going to want more and more money for medium-sized things. Does that make sense? I think we're going to see a lot more deluxe figures. I think we're going to see more 2-packs, and I think we are. Some of those estimates or guesses or leaks on medium-sized vehicles are correct because they can try to get more money out of us.
They can try.
They can try.
They can try, yeah.
Right, they can try, but I'll reserve judgment on the water moccasin. I'm pretty happy with the one I've got. But that's just if it's cool, I might buy one. But if it's gonna clock in at $150, no.
That's why I'm on my triple T.
And this is even, especially after what I did this past week. I got to tell you, the $110 thing is really stuck in my craw because.
I know what.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's discouraging. It's just very discouraging. Granted, the prices of the figures, individual figures, didn't go up, but they're already $10 more than they were when we started this line.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
So, geez, when I bought Zap and Crazy Legs at Walmart, my wife was with me, and that usually doesn't happen. And it was ringing them out, and she looked at the machine, and she looked at me, and she looked back at that machine, and she said, "Those things are $28 a piece." And I said, "Yeah." And she just shook her head and just kind of, and it's just like, yeah.
Well, for basically what you buy 2 for now, back in 2 years ago, you could buy 3 for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And that's I get it. Things have changed and prices have gone up for Hasbro too. Operating costs are up. Blah 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 blah. I get it, but this is discretionary spending for us, right? This is surplus money. This is just we have less and less of that. Now is not the time for that to be, to get smaller and smaller.
There you go. Anytime you want to say something, just press that button.
No, I want you to put that
There's
back.
a sensor.
I know what it is. Put it back on my reloading stuff. I don't need my low powder buzzer up here for the podcast. Go on, please. And I did. I got Black Canary. I really don't mind the bigger female buck. I don't mind that as much.
Yeah.
But the face sculpt is real. All 3 of the face sculpts is just bad. It's just bad. You remember?
They do look a little better once you get them out of the pack.
Yeah.
But swapped them up. They not quite as bad as what they look in the pack.
They
still could have been better.
Tell you what you got there, Dave, in that Black Canary. What's that? $34.99 for that?
Yeah, right. No, this one was. I think I ended up getting this one at GameStop. It was.
Oh Lord, you're about $40.
Yeah, basically.
Well,
yeah.
let's just say if you found it at a regular retail store, $34.99. Take you one of the retro cards at $27. Then count your accessories and add in for cloth goods. Has the price of Hasbro really went up that much?
No, yeah, Mr. Todd's got just as much griping coming from me as Hasbro does. I'm telling you, they've all gone up too much. It's not just
Way too
Hasbro.
much.
But I ain't picking on Hasbro.
We have not gotten to Todd yet.
They're all just knocking the crap out of us, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of the Todd father either.
No,
but I'm just saying.
These figures, I will say this: the original McFarlane figures were $20, and they had very little. You know, they were basically what you would call the gold label now. The collector series started out at $25, so everything shifted up $10 a figure, just like Hasbro. If you look at the Hammond collection, the dinosaurs that I collect from Mattel, those have gone up even more. Except for the small ones. The small ones have stayed pretty true, but the big ones that were 40 are closer to 70 now. And the quality on those has taken a pretty significant hit. I get it. Like I said, I get it. Times are tough and everybody's got expensive, but man, right now is not the time to be getting too awful carried away with price increases because we just don't have it. None of us do. I don't care who you are. We don't have it.
Right.
But the Black Canary, I got to tell you, I can't help. I see China. You remember the female wrestler China?
Yeah.
A million years ago. The real big square jawed face because she'd been taking way too many steroids. She just, old Dinah has been hitting the testosterone, I'm afraid. The sculpt on that is just not good. And I hate to say it, I saw pictures of Miss Martian. That one I was very excited for. She's got an absolute terrible face sculpt too. I think at the end of the line, so to speak, Todd's really shaving some corners on the sculpting.
Point thing is, he's not shaving corners. He needs to shave corners.
No.
What are you saying, Dave? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, just she's been hitting the testosterone a little too hard. Yep. But
Poor China.
I found Lobo. I freaking hate Lobo. I really do. I hate this character.
You have one of those love-hate things.
But the figure is really cool. Look at it. Space dolphin and all.
Are you gonna get the Momoa version?
No. I don't do the stuff. I don't do the live action stuff at all.
You have one.
I only do it if it's a movie I grew up with, like Batman 89, but other than that, and the Dark Knight Returns, other than that, I don't fool with them either.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You have one.
It came with the Batmobile, yeah. Okay.
And you're only ever going to open that for the bat signal.
That's exactly right. And then he'll bounce around and end up in a laundry basket somewhere. Really couldn't care less. No, that's always been weird to me. I got to be perfectly honest with you. Collecting, and I know it's just me, but collecting figures of actual humans, that bugs me. I don't like that idea. I don't want to do that.
Is that from the Val Kilmer movie?
No, I didn't buy that stupid skateboard-looking electric boogaloo Batmobile. What are you kidding me? No.
This is why you need that sensor button.
No, it was from the Batman v Superman Batmobile.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yes.
They just say that Val Kilmer is actually kind of hard to find. It went with the car.
Yeah, okay, but it's a box. Everybody sees the box. Put it away. No, it's been, I don't know, just me, I guess.
And
the only thing.
Action. This one.
Well, sure. That car's
the
been
only thing. Yeah, the only thing I've seen it come out with McFarlane I'm interested in is Lobo's space bike thing. I can do some repainting. I can see Road Pig on it.
To tell you the honest truth, I never bought that one.
And now you're kind of regretting it.
And I saw it a ton of times when it came out a couple of years ago. I just be perfectly honest with you, I just didn't like the way it looked. It didn't look like It didn't look like Lobo's hog to me. It looked
Well,
like
this is definitely don't.
The dog.
the statue.
The dog.
McFarlane's animals are not a asset to their figures. As far as I'm concerned.
Well, the new one has wheels on it. It actually looks more like a motorcycle you'd find on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, that I believe.
So I mean, it looks like it'd be perfect for Road Pig.
Yeah, that was one of the other ones in the rumor mill was another Road Pig.
Yeah, but if it's the one I'm thinking about, they can keep him.
It's the same one everybody's thinking about, and
The Ninja Force crap looking
Yep.
there.
the orange tangerine looking, yeah.
Mm.
And I hate to say it, they're probably right.
They got to be.
That one won't go over big.
Nah.
And
I'm
to tell you,
surprised Zartan.
the big speculation is Rugged Duke and that other one that leaked from the Baroness
Yeah, but
are Energon, Skybound versus G.I. Joe figures, which
might not be bad.
I put more stock in the Arctic Baroness and Arctic Covert Commander if I would that.
I think there's both.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think there's both.
that's valid. They're kind of stuck on Arctic right now.
I don't remember who it was, so I'm not
Oh,
deliberately not giving credit where credit's due, but I genuinely don't remember who it was. But I had a chance to listen to some stuff in my ear at work the other day. And one of the guys made a very good point that the fact is Hasbro really has just about run out of marketable OG characters to make.
Yeah.
And it only makes sense that they would move into the Energon verse. The only problem with that is there's only 4 or 5 of them. So if they're not going to pick up the pace with that book, because let's face it, we're at what, issue 21 at this point in time, 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone nowhere. Let's be honest, guys. That book is going nowhere. It's like it's just sitting there waiting for Kirkman to go, okay, now it's time to do the big crossover, right? I mean, it's not. There's not enough characters to keep Classified going in the Energon verse. So
the comics now they're just too short. There's not enough pages to tell a story.
Nope.
It takes 10 issues to tell what you used to tell in 3.
Yeah, I know.
And if you wait, if I buy an issue a month and it takes me 10 months to go somewhere with a story, I'm done lost interest. I agree. I've forgotten. I got to go read the first 5 issues to remember what happened.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Another rumor I heard, and I don't know how much truth to it is, they're going to make an OG 14 shooter. They never made one, but one of the comic book panels you can see Parsley's name on a screen, like a recruitment screen, and they're supposedly going to model it after Larry Hama. No, not her, a male version.
That's shooter. That's shooter.
I figured they'll just do her in the green.
Yeah,
that's the Night Force version there that they come out with.
Yeah.
No, she's canon. She's canon in the comics.
Shooter. That's who that was.
Yeah, they for whatever reason, that's what they did. Larry Hama, Tunnel Rat is Hama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they'll do that twice. I really
now
don't.
Maybe they might pattern right after Emily.
No. See, it almost happened.
Comes with a couch for her to put her feet on. It's going to be $120 for that because it comes with a couch.
It maybe should be barefoot instead of having the tennis shoes.
I almost said that's the second use of that Road Pig buck, and I didn't. I didn't say. I did not say it was the second use of that Road Pig buck.
Hey, Dave.
Yes,
Dave.
man. Yes,
I love you. You just gave me an idea to do something with my second Road Pig body. I know what I'm going to work on this week.
I did not say that.
Could you imagine that figure?
I swear you've given me something to come up with this week to fill my time. That is exactly what I'm going to work on.
We should go on.
I'm out.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night, Emmett.
Not Emmett.
Now, damn it. Little skull, little paint. Throw me a classic female head on it. I think it's going to happen
No
this week,
shoes.
boys.
Okay, this just in. I have leaked images of the new Emily figure.
Why are you gonna make? Why are you making fun? Why are you making fun of that figure for, man? Comparing it to Emily.
All the episodes.
We're gonna laugh.
Now, I know I'm fat. I think I got a Yokozuna body floating around here somewhere.
No, that's me. That's me.
Imagine
I'm done.
all the Hasbro, all the videos Hasbro could see. This is the one they found.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah. Yeah. The one
Shane's
episode they
Shane will have
watched.
a cease and desist letter by Tuesday morning.
The one episode they watch. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. That was mean.
It'd be Corey getting it because I put his email address on the thing.
I'm sorry. That was mean.
Man, my kid.
You think I'm scared of controversy?
I don't think.
I definitely am.
I'm not even sure she doesn't. I'm not even sure she's on the Joe line anymore.
Probably not.
And I'm sure she's a perfectly nice girl. All kidding aside, I'm sure she is.
Man.
I wouldn't want that job.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to paint somebody's hair pink, and I don't want to do that, or purple.
No.
Don't want to ruin a good head sculpt.
Let's get Zen,
I might-
fellas.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah.
Zen straight too.
I might have to go to Ollie's and see what they got floating around for as head sculpts from Star Wars.
So what do you guys think of the idea that was floating around of the old, and we were just talking about Tunnel Rat and Ron Rudat was Leatherneck, and there was quite a few others that were kind of immortalized in plastic. What do you think about that rumor that was floating around? Who's the new cowboy character? Hasn't been released yet, but you know what I'm talking. What the heck? Sundown.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Down or
Sundown, yeah.
Sundown.
John Marston.
The speculation was that his face is actually Lenny. I looked at it and I really couldn't see it,
That
I
makes
just don't see it.
but that was kind of circulating around. That
I don't
maybe-
see that.
Well, if you kind of puff up the jawline, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that, but
I gotta see this.
it would make sense because that's happened quite a lot historically. That's happened a lot.
John Marston.
But I don't see it. If it was an
I don't
attempt,
see it
it
either.
wasn't a good one. If that makes any sense. Nope. Timber.
I don't see it in that figure.
I don't either, but that was kind of circulating. I don't know why. But what do you guys make about it? What do you make of this leak culture that we seem to be living in now? It seems like how much secret
everywhere.
information can you come up with and just grab onto the internet as quickly as you get it for likes and subscriptions and reactions? I'm not sure I really like it.
I don't particularly like it, but there's only one guy that's out there being consistent, and that's that Destro is my spirit animal or whatnot guy. Because he called Slice and Dice too.
Let me see it. I mean, no.
See, I didn't. I was
Yeah.
I was aware of the whole thing with Diaper Island with the doxing over that, and I will say when I watched him the other day, he was on there with Laser Pants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Laser Pants is his bodyguard now or something. I don't know. It was kind of weird, kind of challenging.
What's wrong? Taser Face wasn't available.
going wanting Viper Island to go after him and leave my friend Destro's my spirit animal alone stuff, which is really kind of weird. But anyways, they were saying that Viper Island really hadn't posted in months, other than some shorts. But as far as posting, he had, and you know what, that is true. He's not doing anything now. So I think that doxing thing went way too far. You don't do that. You just don't do that stuff.
No,
It's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
But this is the thing. You guys do. This is what led to that, though, is this inside information that was apparently given to this Destro is my spirit animal. He puts it online, and Diaper Island jumps all over him for misinformation and reporting fake facts and blah, 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 blah. It was nothing but just petty jealousy stuff that, in my opinion, he got information that Viper Island didn't. And it just escalated from there, and then you end up with somebody being doxxed. I don't think... I think we're kind of taking our hobby way too seriously when people are going to behave that way just so that we'll, watch a video that they put up because we're so starved to death for information.
Yeah.
It's probably not even going to be released at all, let alone not until 6 months from now. I don't like the direction that and I'm not even talking about scalpers. I'm talking about the direction that we as collectors are taking this whole thing. I don't think it's healthy. I think one of the best things that could happen to our hobby is if most of social media disappeared tomorrow. Because,
well,
Now,
did you call him Diaper Island? I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's what I call him, Diaper Island. That's what I call him. I go to Canada and call him that too. I don't really care.
Well, me personally, I kind of, as far as the leaking and stuff, I just kind of ignore it because I kind of like to be surprised.
Well, I kind of do too because, I mean, I remember, you guys all remember, we used to get our coming soon was the card back.
Mm-hmm.
Or our coming soon was the catalog that came in the bigger vehicles,
right,
or whatever. Or here's one for you. Fangora magazine. I don't know if you guys ever read Fangora, but Fangora they didn't just do horror movies. They did all kinds of science fiction movies. The last few pages, back in the late 70s and into the early 80s, the last few pages, every once in a while, you could pre-order toys that were coming out directly from the manufacturer, like the split belly Tauntaun from Empire. I ordered from the back page of Fangora magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That was better. You know what I mean? That was better than this warring and fighting and I just did it myself. And I shouldn't have been insulting towards Emily, but some of the stuff that these guys are saying about each other and at each other now it's just crazy. You guys, this is a hobby. You know, what are you doing?
And that's what ultimately what's going to kill the hobby.
It
don't matter where you go, what page you go on to. Your opinion does not matter. And somebody is going to attack you for your opinion.
Yep. Well,
I mean, it makes it where people don't even want to post nothing, and that's, to me, that's stupid.
We talked about, I saw it in a Transformers group because I was looking at that Grimlock, that studio series Grimlock that went up for pre-order, $200, because I really wanted that. Before I knew it was $200. And I ended up on just kind of numbing it around, we all do it. And I ended up on one of the Transformer sites. And then this whole toxic positivity thing popped up.
Yeah.
Which is a real thing going through the Transformers groups right now, where we used to call them shills. You know what I mean? It's just like no matter what the company puts out, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And if you don't love it, then you're what's wrong with the whole world. And the Iranians are going to win the war, and the stock market's going to crash, and we're never going to get any more of these toys ever again because of you, right? That's what toxic positivity is, and it's kind of like, so we got toxic negativity, which I've definitely been guilty of being negative at times. But now we've run the other end of the gamut where we're going to be toxic about the positivity now, right? Because, you just have to buy everything that they put out or you're responsible for the line dying. I don't think any of this is very healthy.
Well,
I really don't.
To be 100% honest, it's like two sides of a coin. One can't exist without the other. No,
well, you know what? We don't need that damn coin because we got along perfectly well without it for 40 years. We don't need that coin.
Yeah.
You don't need to be idiotically negative, and you don't need to be idiotically positive. You can just kind of be neutral and have fun and enjoy each other's company and buy stuff. And
that's how I am.
Or not buy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I am with the Warhammer figures. I just kind of...
I don't really, and it seems like it's just getting worse because there is war now over leaks, and I got to be first, and just man,
it's crazy, man.
Yep.
Well, I'll say it once. I've said it 500 times, even on the Facebook deal. Collect what you want to collect and be happy. It's all about you. It ain't about nobody else.
Well. Yeah. If you got to the point now where, and I've seen this this was over a year ago, but I really backed way off from social media. This whole thing started where people started to complain about prices. And because you were complaining about prices, you may or may not be able to afford something. You're literally being attacked in the comments. These people were being attacked in the comments because of their life choices and, go to college, get a degree. How come you're not a brain surgeon? It's your own fault. You don't have the money, not Hasbro or Mattel or whoever. And it's just like, good Lord, do you people even listen to yourselves?
Oh, yeah, I say all the time, the pores, as they call them.
The pores, right.
The pores.
Yeah, the pores.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, this is just not. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? It's not. That's not fun.
I'm gonna get this.
Let's speak on that for a minute. The pores and whatever. Okay, I don't have them all. Now, a lot of people don't collect them. The WWE wrestlers from Mattel. Do you realize how many? If to be a completionist, would you understand what type of room you would have to be a completionist?
A museum.
Yeah,
they're like on series 200 or 300 now, and there's always like 5 to 6 to a series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not
plus all your
and the ultimate and all that.
Right. And your single carded, or it was $9 or something one time, and they didn't have that much articulation and all that. It's astronomical the money you would spend. I don't care if you was a multi-millionaire, you would have to spend at least $1 million to buy and house all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised.
There's probably people that does it.
Yep.
This is how many of you guys know collectors that actually haven't seen 80% of their collection in years because it's at self-storage places all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had a lot of stuff over the last 40 plus years, a lot, and I've had some huge collections. And I have to tell you, I've also had a tendency of about every 10 or 12 years selling it all and starting again because I didn't really want to have years and decades of stuff in a self-storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of guys do it. I know housing is getting to be a bigger problem for even those of us that are not poors, even though I would be a poor compared to most of these people.
Me too.
Me too.
So to have a home that's large enough for well, let's face it, large enough for children that have either had to come back home or haven't left it yet or whatever.
Why you blame me?
Why not?
Because you're still there.
Really? It's just some of us have to maintain larger and larger houses, for family concerns, and that's not cheap. Square footage costs. What are you doing?
Take a picture of your bald head.
Take a picture of your fat lip here in a minute.
We'll all be able to see it.
Actually, I was letting Shane see it.
Why? Shane's fully aware that I'm bald. Is that news to you, Shane?
You're bald.
Well, Emmett, we
I
know
never
he's
knew
bald.
that.
That light's reflecting off that cabinet behind him. We know this.
Hasbro didn't even have to leak that information to you.
What up, Adam?
Adam, buddy, what's going on?
I think everybody was targeted party, even us.
It's getting to be warmer.
Hope you did well at Joe Fest, buddy.
Yeah. Toylanta,
Or
right?
Toylanta, my bad.
Toylanta.
It's
Yeah,
been
So, I don't know.
it's been a long last 2 months for me.
It has.
Boy, it has, yeah. Yeah, boy, it has. So, I don't know.
What about our thing?
We talk about the same kind of stuff on slow weeks, and we talk about the same kind of stuff on fast
Yeah.
weeks.
We actually need to do a list of YouTubers that are not shills. I think that list will be shorter than the one longer that would be shills.
That could get us in a lot of trouble.
No, I think you need to define shill though, because you know what? There's guys out there that are shills to the
Congratulations,
negative
buddy.
collector market too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about shills that basically actually it's critical of everybody and don't take money from the corporations.
Quite a few of them around. They don't do very well, but
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
but I don't know. Good. I'm glad, Adam. That's great.
Let me tell you, buddy.
Yeah, that's very good.
Y'all want to talk about this thing right here?
Maybe.
What's this
What is
thing? What's that thing?
I'm 50-50 on it.
What is
Talk about what everybody's guesses is.
Yeah.
Serpentor.
Mm-mm.
I got two. So go ahead, yeah.
Globulus?
That's
I don't
where
think he
I'm
ever
at.
had. I don't think he ever had that in the comic book, did he?
No.
They could give him one, though. It wouldn't be out of question.
It
tell you,
looks
I'm
familiar
thinking-
to me. I've seen it somewhere, but I cannot remember where.
Now, Cobra Commander, the hooded one, had one at one time, but I don't think that's it. You got
I don't
Venomous
remember.
Maximus. He had one. And Serpentor in the later versions of the comic had one.
You know what?
That's definitely Joe related.
You know what? Let's see.
Yeah, I mean the Cobra signal is right there, is plain as day. I think it's globulous. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we already know that one was coming.
Well, yeah, but
We don't know when.
we don't necessarily, and it is hard because they said no one will ever guess this, which means it could be a completely brand new character, and like the Dino.
The research I've done, there's only been 3 characters ever to wear that. It was Serpentor, Cobra Commander when he was hooded, and Venomous Maximus.
I don't remember Cobra in Hood. I remember he had that mind control band on, but I don't remember. I don't remember having.
I don't remember any of them wearing a crown like it in
No,
cartoon
I don't
or
either.
comics.
But they said this was comic. Yeah, this is it was only worn in the comics.
I
They
definitely
didn't say they didn't say which comic, which books, or which book, or what run either. So
I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope we get a bigger figure than a hooded Cobra Commander from Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I was thinking Globulus would be good for Comic-Con, but maybe not.
I'm thinking Serpentor. I'm kind of either Venomous Maximus or Serpentor because they're gonna have to get some more money out of that Serpentor buck.
Well, my only thing is Globius he wasn't part of Cobra.
Nope.
So I don't think it's going to be a Globius at all.
So, like I said, your 3 runners: Venomous Maximus, Serpentor, or Hooded Cobra Commander.
So I'm pretty sure it's not him.
I don't think it's Hooded Cobra Commander either. I'm looking more towards Venomous Maximus because they are leaning into some of the comic book stuff now heavy. And
I don't remember him having one either.
He didn't. But it is classified, so
Yeah,
And-
exactly. Yeah.
they have changed everything up over the years. So
Probably why they said nobody could guess is because it's a whole new character that they come up with.
Oh,
Nobody's
it's,
seen
it's
it.
Hooded Cobra Commander.
but Mason
And-
says it's that Hooded Cobra Commander accessory. So
well, but like I'm saying, also they've had that Serpentor book and they've not used it for nothing else.
and they won't until they do a retro card with Serpentor.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's what that's going to come with.
I don't. Not at all.
It's Cobra Commander. I saw 3 pictures of a crown. Pretty
Other
close
than
to that.
in the Devil's Due run when they did the whole Alexander Serpentor thing, remember?
Yeah.
He had the long black hair and he was running around in a black T-shirt and the jeans.
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Yeah.
But he had a Serpentor helmet. He didn't have a crown.
Right. I don't remember. That's what I was getting at. I don't remember even Serpentor Khan. I don't remember Serpentor ever having anything other than the big snake hood.
Are
So
we exactly sure this is a crown?
This is the crown. This is the crown for the skeleton that come in that pack with
the
Serpentor.
Montezuma,
Yeah, which it doesn't look anything like
No,
that.
no.
No, we have a Montezuma in a box right now.
That's the only crown I even know of that's been
Yeah.
in the action
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah, the DVD pack.
At first, I thought the Night Creeper leader from that Dick episode where he got knocked on the head and he thought he was Pharaoh, but it was actually a Pharaoh hood. It wasn't-
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He
it
was
was a
working.
feral cow. Yeah.
I don't know. Mason's saying hooded Coco, so I don't know. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about this, but I just don't know. I don't.
I mean, it's definitely the way he was holding it on his pinky. It's definitely a crown because that would be
yeah.
pretty. I mean, basically the same diameter as a 6-inch figure's head. So,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, they say nobody's ever going to get it. I don't think because everybody's thinking Hooded Cobra Commander, so I don't think it's going to be a Hooded Cobra Commander. Too obvious.
I don't know. I don't remember him having anything on that hood.
I don't remember him having a crown unless
Uh-uh.
I don't remember any of them having a crown.
No,
What about Python Patrol Serpentor?
no, he still had the hood.
Still had the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that Hannibal. The Hannibal one was the only one that I ever saw that was. And I hate to say it, every time I saw him, I thinking, "Oh, spirits on R&R." It didn't look like Serpentor.
Yeah.
Like Spirit.
It looked like Spirit Iron Knife to me, like I said. But I don't know. Maybe Mason's right. I don't know.
Maybe so.
yeah, everybody keeps referring back to the Baron Zemo Marvel Legends because he's got basically a hood on and he's got a crown, but I don't know.
You think they just altered the crown and reusing the complete mold? Is that what you mean?
I don't know because the
Wasn't
hood, the Baron Zemo hood looks more like it's crocheted than it does just a covering. You know what I mean? It's not crocheted, but it looks more like it's got pleats and stuff in it, or if that makes sense. It looks thick. I mean,
Let me go ahead and get my my Bear Zemo.
that's it right there.
See, that's a strange. Hasbro has said over and over and over again that they never said they had a problem with the hooded Kogo. It was that idiot, Bonaventure, the movie producer, was the one that made a random comment at some random interview at some point in time, and all of a sudden the internet grabbed that and it turned it into, oh, it's the clan. Everybody's there.
I have looked for Hasbro saying that they would never make a hooded Cobra Commander, and I have not found nothing that says they will not make a hooded Cobra Commander.
They've never even commented
on it.
Crybaby bullcrap is all. I'm sorry, but that's all it is.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to compare it to.
Yeah.
That's like collared hood. It's not very.
Yeah.
Well, his hood goes further down, but
yeah. That one's like a schmuck.
I mean, I've been on a lot of pages where people they want a hooded Cobra Commander, and of course you do have them little crybabies out there that I don't want a hooded Cobra Commander.
I have to tell you, I never once looked at hooded Cobra Commander as a figure or as all of those, I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of pages on the comic book, and ever thought the Clan looking at a hooded Cobra Commander. It was just like, that's casual wear because that helmet's too damn hot.
Exactly. I've said it on here before. The hooded Storm Shadow looks more like a Clan member than a blue hooded Cobra Commander ever will.
And besides, if they had a problem with that, why didn't they have a problem with him?
I mean, it's insane. Yeah, I mean, right there, that figure is absolutely hooded.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I've never heard anybody that officially is from Hasbro saying they'd never do one.
Because they never have.
No, they never have. That Venture, what is it? Big Long, the movie producer that did the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
I thought it was the one that done the second Joe movie.
He was. Yeah. He did it and the Transformers stuff too.
Yeah, executive.
I do too, Bobby. Yeah. I do too. Give me it all. Now that would be a San Diego Comic-Con.
Right, yeah, it's got to. For Comic-Con, it's got to be pretty big. So
give me the podium, the giant flag, everything along with the other Cobra Commander.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about the Cobra Commanders we've got. We got the classified version with that funky looking helmet. We got the regular ones with a helmet. Now we got the battle armor Cobra Commander. This is the next step.
And
I don't know. We could do
more people that want it than there is that don't want it. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I don't.
They're going to get into the 90s stuff. They'll have to do one unless they do the one with a helmet with a jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because the 2 or 3, that was the supersonic Cobra Commander or the talking Commander Cobra Commander had a hood. And it was just basically they'd done another Cobra Commander later. It was basically a repaint of that figure. And
what was it? The Star Command one didn't have a helmet or a mask at all, right? The outer astronaut Cobra Commander, his face was completely exposed, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just had the had the like a Cobra Trooper, and he had a helmet that was going over it. But
so I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Hey, you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Turn the mic off.
The mic's off.
We don't need your commentary. He's gonna tap the invite from my phone here in a minute, Shane. I had to set something up downstairs because there's just not room for it up there.
All right, going.
John got attacked.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the star hooded Cobra Commander. He kind of looks like a snake hood type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you take the hood off, see, look, he's just got a
Yeah,
Mhm.
head and the mask.
yeah.
Yeah, I see it right. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Have a throne.
This would be a good one. It'd have to be like Ed Too Tall Jones,
Oh, there you go.
Bobby.
You would want to be.
Shoot, I don't know.
No, that's a. I'd have to. Well, technically, you can't be Sergeant Slaughter. He's a real person. I'd have to say rock and roll, man. I'm sitting over looking at my pitiful OG 13 -2.
Yeah, I know.
I've always been a Beachhead fan myself. If I was going to be one, I'd be like a Beachhead.
Snake Eyes. Hanging out with
Snake Eyes.
Scarlet would be a real bonus. Besides all the the whole ninja stuff, on top of all of that.
Okay, here's something interesting. So, up through 2018, from 1982 to 2018, they made 63 different Cobra Commander figures. 24 of those 63 had hoods.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a third of them had hoods.
Why haven't we got one by now? We should have had one already.
I think
We got
I think
3, 4,
I
5,
think-
6.
the internet got a hold of that comment by that movie producer and it blew up. It became a thing that wasn't a thing.
That wasn't a thing.
Not because of what Hasbro thought first. It's because of what the public did with it first. And then Hasbro had to follow it because it's just like, oh, maybe we'll tick them off if we do it. Putting the cart before the horse, right? It's one of those deals. In this instance, the public created the problem. It wasn't Hasbro. Hasbro just reacted to it. That's my opinion.
I guarantee if they dropped one, it would sell out faster than probably any figure there was.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, and like with the Indiana Jones figures, they didn't want to do a German soldier.
Right.
Because here's my thing. They're bad guys. They're supposed to be bad. So what's the problem?
Right.
I mean, do you want pansy bad guys or do you want real bad guys?
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say about the whole Nazi Indiana Jones thing, Hell Hydra.
I tell you, all we want now is kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. That's all people want.
Hell Hydra.
No, I just right. That's exactly, Adam. And I think that's what happened before. I really do. I think that's
It is.
yeah. The professionally offended out there heard something about somebody in a Joe group that said something about hooded Cobra Commander, and the next thing you know, oh no, and there's the Klan, and the general public. And Hasbro's going to sit there and go, oh, the parents will be calling us. You know what? No, they won't, because kids don't collect classifieds. So there's probably 6 kids on the whole planet that will even know that there's a hooded Cobra Commander figure.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't automatically connect that with the Klan. I mean,
well, I believe the people that are in charge of Hasbro are possibly one of the main reasons we ain't had a new G.I. Joe cartoon yet, because G.I. Joe fights a terrorist organization. You know how people are these days about terrorist organizations.
look,
They seem to be loved more than anything.
Hasbro was run by a bunch of people that went to Northeastern schools for marketing and a bunch of artists. Right? Let's face it, they're all a bunch of artists. And it's a Northeast company. It's blue right to its bone. They're very liberal sensibilities because that's the bubble they live in. Trust me, I grew up in it. I know exactly what it is. It's as they say, pervasive. I mean, it literally is. They bleed blue, and they're afraid of everything that might be offensive at this point in time.
My issue ain't with the politics. I just think they're afraid it's going to blow back on them in a negative way.
Well, that's the politics of it, Corey. You want my honest opinion? I think that's why file cards went away. Because they would end up saying things about these characters or about their affiliations that's going to tick somebody off. So we're just not going to do that anymore. Right?
I believe that's the reason.
They weren't going to reprint the originals. I mean, seriously.
I believe that's the reason they get rid of October. Ain't done anything with October Guard yet.
That's my opinion. I mean, the October Guard was definitely a Soviet team. It was the Soviets have been gone for a very long time. And with everything going on with Russia right now, if they wanted to do the October Guard and really suck up and made them Ukrainian, they do that all day long, right?
Yeah.
They're freedom fighters from Ukraine. I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
One's from Georgia, one's from Uzbekistan, one's from, Ukraine, old Soviet bloc, nations. That I can see them doing. But as far as them being Russian, I don't think Hasbro's got the guts for that. I really don't. So, yeah. I don't.
And here's the thing about me: if they went that route and made them Ukrainian, I'd still buy them.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. They could, it's still that, they're Ukrainians and the Russians. They're all Slavs. They're not. It's not like there's huge differences. Their differences are 100% political. So
they don't do file cards, so why not just do them as is? Because they got a file card to tell you they Soviet or any. I mean, it just do
right.
Oh, Big Bear. I mean, what difference does it make?
Right.
Yeah, I'd love to see October Guard.
I mean, to me, they're just as big a part of G.I. Joe as Cobra is.
Well, they were there from very early on.
Issue 7 of the comic.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe we still have no Quinn. He was in issue 2.
Yeah. For real.
Or Dr. Venom, for that matter. So, never mind.
That's for the after party people.
It's just like, I never mind again. Hey, you want to see something cool? You let Emmett in, would you?
Do I have to?
Unless if you really want to see something cool, you kind of do.
Ain't it time for bedtime?
No, he's going to show you something. It's the the Emmett cam. Oh man.
All right, let's go, Emmett.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was a hoodie Cobra Commander. I'm offended.
I had to throw that one in there.
We're canceled.
That is stinking awesome, man.
There's still a couple of pieces left to print, but apparently the
you boys in the chat see that?
The distribution center in Birmingham is a black hole. I had stuff disappear for a week.
Oh yeah.
Dave, if I got one critique here, you might need to get a bigger table.
Yeah, I know, right? I will tell you, and I did it.
Slow down, Emmett, and get in closer.
The cockpits and the exhausts are red, where the originals were orange.
Yeah.
The only reason I did them in red,
that looks good though, man.
I don't have the canopies yet. The canopies will be red, and then I'll print orange interiors.
I like the red.
The red looks good.
I like the red too.
I don't know why they make it red.
I wouldn't change that at all.
I like the red too. I left the intakes orange. Which is kind of cool because they look like covers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the landing gear is there. It's just I haven't attached it because I still got to finish a couple of the pieces on the bottom.
Did you print rubber toes or tires?
Yeah, their tires are rubber. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. All of them are all rubber.
That is stinking awesome, dude.
I want to know where you keeping all this stuff you printing.
Well, here's the catch. Here's the thing. Very few of these pieces are actually assembled. Does that make sense? Because the parts, the space is just immense. As you can see, the leaf is in the table.
Yeah.
It's like 4.5 feet long. Boy,
Don't give him any ideas, Adam.
yeah, that would be pretty big.
Probably easier to do than that too, because most of your blimp will be hollow.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is the gondola or whatever they call it, the car, and of course that the drone comes off. It's just that thing was its own little project. The only thing is again the mechanism for the mechanical landing gear just isn't there. So.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think you have a problem because if they're going to display it with the landing gears down, it'll be sitting down on something. I just have them where you can just plug them in and out and be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're sturdy enough to hold it up. I just haven't. There's certain pieces that need to be glued. And I'm just saying if you're gonna put it on a flight, if you're gonna do that or put it on a flight, say just make you some covers and go over the holes where the landing gears would be. The blimp needs to be inflatable. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that would be crazy.
If you see in the background, one of the jet missiles is in Emmett's printer. I think that's probably done by now. Yep, there it is. The size of that sucker.
Oh, yeah.
I got to get that other one going. Maybe tonight, maybe not. It is cool. It's very, very cool.
So when are you going to start 3D printing Cobra crowns for everybody?
I actually got the filament in today for the Night Striker. So there's like 3, 4, 5 smaller pieces. 4 of them are missiles that need to be printed to finish up the Night Raven. And then I'm on to the Sky Striker. So, yeah, that's that. It's really, really cool. It's cool.
We've lost Emmett Cam.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah, I believe that. Here's the thing and this is where I'm at with the 3D printing stuff. It would be cheaper for basically anyone to go ahead and buy their own 3D printer and get a hold of the files themselves than it would be for me to try to sell this stuff. Most of these bigger projects are about a month.
And don't even mention the train.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it just takes a tremendous amount of time, and some of the bigger ones, like the second piece, the second piece of that top of that fuselage, I've had to print that thing 4 times to get a copy of it that's not messed up or brittle. It's stuff like that'll drive you crazy. I still want to be able to do promotional stuff with the things that we've created. Do you see what I'm saying? But I just don't think there's a real market for them. I think that they're cool and they're awesome, and they would draw a crowd to something that's more marketable or interesting, or we talked about the nonprofit for a while, something to draw a crowd into talk about what you're really doing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody that had a storefront. I still think a Wolf's Den. You know, those glass sides on the entryway. He could make a monster display out of a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people would come just to see that. So, but I've kind of decided I'm going to do the Sky Striker next, which is granted, I bet that sucker is going to be probably a month, starting this week. And then I'm going to do one medium-sized vehicle, just because I got the plans and I just want to do it.
What is it? You tell me after?
Yeah, I'll tell you after. And then I'm going to back way off. I'm going to sit around and I'm going to finish a lot of the things that I have. I'm going to do some cleaning, some painting, some puttying, you know, finish them.
Yeah, get it ready for.
And at the same time, I know you guys are going to call me nuts, but at the same time, I'm going to start slowly printing that Terradrome.
Are you nuts?
Yes. But I'm going to warn you, I bet that sucker takes me the rest of the year. Because filament prices are up. Get this, guys. Since I started printing 1 year ago, filament prices are up 59%.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like $12 a roll. Now it's like 20, 40.
It's just money's going out, and it's just not coming back in. You know, I've got some really cool stuff, and I really want to try to figure out something to do with it. But I can't.
Because we're coming to a point where we
doing
have
that.
too much of it.
Who's we?
Use we.
I don't have too much of it.
Use we.
You're just mad because I'm going to throw you out one of these days because I need your room.
And guess what?
Yes.
And then when I have a house, he's going to use my house as self-storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be paying the bills.
Be fine.
Wait.
Whatever. Don't do it, buddy.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
you
right.
do it.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Boy, he crispy. I forgot.
I still really wish Hasbro would do like 3 or 4 packs of drivers. I still think that's an awesome idea because some of those characters are just so iconic that we really should get them without, like Steeler. You know, we really should get them without their vehicles because, you know, we're never going to get if we have to get Strato Vipers with a Night Raven, we're never going to get Strato Vipers.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, we're never going to get Cutter. It's just, you know, just
Never going to get Ace.
Steeler.
yeah, we'll never
Bird.
get Ace. Lift ticket.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cross country.
Cross country is another
Cross-country.
major one. I still think they could do a Havoc if they wanted to, but
Be careful. Be careful what you say.
Yeah, that'd be $300. It won't be a HasLab.
well, that's exactly. Yeah, Keel. Yeah, see, heavy metal. There's another great one. Yep. Hey, Timothy, what's going on? Yeah. Yep. I think we need to get Grand Slam with the jump pack.
Yeah, we've been talking about these driver packs forever.
Yeah.
I believe that's what be one of the con exclusives this year.
What's that? Grand Slam.
Grand Slam with the jump pack. Yep.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings any.
Wouldn't hurt mine either.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings.
It would hurt me to the point that it would be hard to get, and there'd be a lot of OG-13 guys just kind of hanging in the wind.
I don't think so. As easy as the exclusives have been to get here lately. I'm not missing one, and I've not been to one personally. So
The only one I missed was that Zartan.
I don't have that Zartan either, but I didn't go for it at the time either. So
To be honest, if they did the jump pack as like a exclusive, the only issue would be price. That's going to be
price is going to be the issue no matter what. So
regardless, yeah.
that's
I
just,
agree.
that's
I agree.
just a fact of
I
life.
agree.
Yeah,
Dave, ain't that filament stuff? Ain't it petroleum based?
no, it's
No,
it's actually sugar based.
Mhm.
Okay.
PLA is sugar based.
That's why if you walk past me, you'll see me chewing on like little pieces of it.
It's not that sugar based. I don't know why he does that, but it's a sugar base. It's not.
I'm gonna
It's
go
not
with Emmett the panda man. I think it's bamboo.
the whole. It's very strange when they developed that PLA plastic. The whole thing was it was supposed to be green, right? It was supposed to be environmentally friendly, and it was supposed to,
Biodegradable.
just dissolve in the landfills. Well, guess what? It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't, and they still make it because it's not petroleum based, right? It's an expense thing at this point.
Why is it going up?
To tell you the honest truth, Corey, I think a lot of it is number one, demand. I think a lot of people are starting to get into printing. I think there's more all the time, especially as the printers get faster, fancier, prettier, cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, you ain't the only one.
Yeah. So
Tell them about the forehead system, man.
what?
Remember the one with the four heads?
They don't understand all that stuff. I don't even understand all that. Yeah, no, they don't. This isn't a techie show. This is a cool toy show. So no,
Cool toy show.
you're fired.
Nah, damn it.
I was already fired.
The bicentennial. No,
Yeah, I hope I can find it too. I like to have one.
I didn't know.
I like to have one. I didn't either, but I like to have one. But it ain't gonna hurt my feelings if I didn't get one. Because I won't even open mine. Mine's gonna be. I'm gonna leave it to Pat.
Why you keep looking at that?
I keep looking. I wanted to talk about the second compendium. That's why. And I was just checking to see what the totals were at as of right now.
What was it looking like?
It's at $2,133,471 with 4,416 backers so far, and 9 days to go. So
Very nice.
Is it going fun?
It's done funded.
It funded in less than
funded.
it funded in less than 3 minutes. I think it was.
Yeah.
The original goal was $40,000.
Yeah.
It's way over 2 million. What did the first one go? The first one went over 3 million, didn't it?
Can't you just get on there?
I think it got close to 4, didn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
It did. $3,794,167 with 10,490 backers.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They got really close to 4 million.
The Transformers set last year went 4.65 million.
What else have you bought?
And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there is, if you go into the add-ons for the campaign, there was a limited amount, a few hundred, a limited amount of the first sets in first print.
Yeah.
They were not 300, they were 400, but you could still order a first print set of the first compendiums on here, and you still can. I think they're still available. But
I think most people who wanted them
for the guys that were getting gouged the $600 and the $700 and the $800 for the first print Cobra set specifically, they've got them on here for $400.
Yeah,
which I'm sure really burns quite a few people. But
I opened mine. I took mine out of the plastic and put on the shelves back here yesterday. I got to look at my Transformers. I got the US and the UK set. I got one in red and the other in purple.
Nice.
They sent me one of each. So I got a UK in red and a UK in purple, and then a US in red and a US in purple.
Huh.
So when I put them together, I have to display them like instead of two reds together. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I have to do them
Well,
like
that's
that.
kind of weird.
I know.
See, I bought the Until All Are One set, which they were printed in correct reading order. So
Yeah.
mine don't look like that.
Maybe I misread it. Maybe when I picked that, it was one of each. I thought it was supposed to be one was in one color and one was in the other.
Well, that you could buy the 4-book set, which was in correct reading order,
Yeah.
or you could buy just the U.S. book, and then you could buy just the British book,
Yeah.
right? And I was looking at it, going, I'm just going to get the Till All Are One set, so that I just pick it up and read it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, are they numbered 1 through 4, or is it still?
You know what, John? I'd have to look. I can't
Mine,
remember.
I got the UK volume 1 and volume 2, and then the US volume 1 and volume 2.
I think mine is just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Well, if I'd known they'd done it like that, I would have done it that way.
The description,
one color.
yeah, the description of how it was kind of confusing, actually. It was clear as mud, as they say. And they did announce the other day that these compendiums will never be printed again. This is it. They're not doing it again. So for the guys that were thinking somehow, some way, the Devil's Due stuff was gonna show up, it's not. So that's it.
Oh, so you're saying they're not going to do any more compendiums after this? Any kind?
No, not in the Joes. From what came out the other day from Skybound, that's it.
Yeah. I thought they might have done another 4-volume set later with all the other Joe series put together.
No, because I still think Hasbro is just that whole disavowed thing is set. They've scavenged some characters from it, like Helix and
Dawn.
Zartan's daughter. Dawn was part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, basically, they're just sticking with the Hammerverse. So.
Yep, from Marvel to IDW. Yep, that's it. And now, of course, Skybound.
Because there's actually IDW done 5 or 6 different volumes of G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
And then not to mention all the other like the, I don't know, gosh, it was the Civil War, Cobra Civil War, and all the little one shots. And
Yep.
I don't know.
The other thing, what was I going to say? There was something. Oh, I read a thing the other day that showed up in my email. Mr. Hama is having more and more difficulties with and I'm not telling tales out of school, it's public knowledge. The macular degeneration in his eyesight and the arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect this isn't insider information. It's not even an educated guess. It's just it's a suspicion that I have. Next year is the 45th anniversary of the Hammerverse. I think that's going to be it. That book may continue, but I don't think Mr. Hammer is going to be having anything to do with it anymore, because it's getting very, very difficult for him. So there's that. So keep that in mind. I will say that the Hammerverse books have dropped out of the top 10 in sales, where they were right up there with the Transformers and Void Rivals and the Energon verse G.I. Joe comic. But all 3 of those books have dropped out of the top 10 too. So whatever enthusiasm there was for those books is kind of fading too.
Down off, yep.
And I'm not sure. I don't know what you guys think about this whole addition of Mask to this whole thing, but I'm not sure that's going to go over really big. I think they may have gotten a little too broad on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see a Hama figure too.
I would too. And you know what? When he did the whole Midtown Comics reveal of the Dawn figure, we knew that there was something coming out. You guys all, I'm sure, saw it. There was a lot of speculation that was going to be a Larry Hama figure.
Yeah.
But I hope they do. I really genuinely hope they do. If we can have 8 Sergeant Slaughters, then we really should be able to get something for a Larry Hama figure.
Yeah, I mean,
they done one from Marvel with Stan Lee, so anything's possible.
Well, Todd's done it. Todd's made plenty of figures of himself.
yeah.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Todd.
And Mattel did the Steven Spielberg set, with the dinosaur and the cameras and the lights and everything. So there's definitely a precedent for the manufacturers showing their appreciation for their creative talent. But yeah, just keep that kind of keep that in your head, because like I said, he's could be 70, right? 77 on June 6th, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So his it's 77. He'll be 77 on the 6th of June. So just kind of if you're into still reading the Hamaverse, just kind of keep that in mind. And if
he is 76, June 7th, 1949.
Yes, the 7th, not the 6th. So you know what? If you can, I continue to support that book. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Just try to and it's it's a great read too.
It is. It's much better than the.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to talk about that crap.
Yeah, I agree. It's like John said, it's modern comic. They're short, but
they're definitely short.
But for the $5 a month, to continue to support him, that's a very good thing, so.
Yeah, the pages on those comics are so short now, it's unreal.
No, I know.
You can read one in 5 minutes.
That's new age, because everybody's all about TikTok. So
I bet they're maybe 8 pages total in the new books nowadays. Maybe if we're lucky.
Really, 22 pages, John. I think that's the new page.
I don't feel like it's that long.
Let me see. I'll tell you here in just a minute.
I'm not counting the daggum advertisement pages neither, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, no.
There's a lot of those American people.
This is issue 327. I just picked up yesterday.
That's something I gotta do is go get my books too.
Let's see.
I need to get some.
He's very good.
With that claymore. Sheesh. Like he's very Scottish. Yeah,
looks like 20 pages.
20 pages.
Then the rest of it's advertisements, or you got little file card thing. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
20 pages. I think back in the 80s they were 30-something pages.
A little bit of it.
Yeah, a lot of books. You used to get 80-page giants, which were twice the size, so they were 40-page books, 40, 42, right? And this is something I didn't
probably
know.
about 10 pages of advertisement, so it was about 30. I thought it was about 30 or 32.
Yeah, but they had cool advertisements though.
We needed the X-ray glasses and the sea monkeys. We needed those.
Ain't that the truth, man? All them little cool toys on the back page.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So cool.
I know they cost a lot more now.
Yeah.
The X-ray glasses.
Or not.
You want to hear something pathetic? For artists, for pencilists and inkers, the page rate at DC Comics hasn't changed 1 penny in 20 years.
It hasn't changed, has it?
But the books are half the size.
Insane.
So it's just like, not only are they not being paid a modern wage, they're doing half the pages. Why anybody's in the comic book industry now is really beyond me.
They make it up on all the covers, I guess.
I discovered everybody's talking. I discovered this Absolute Batman. Everybody's crazy. Absolute Batman sold 300,000 copies. Absolute Batman this. Absolute Batman that. Do you know that on average every month there are 45 variant covers to that book?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So guess what? Those sales numbers are so overly inflated, it isn't funny because no one's buying it for the content.
No,
They're buying it because they're cover collectors.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, I just.
Yep. I'll be honest. I'm buying for the covers now because if I'm going to read them, I'm going to read the graphic. I'm going to read them in the collection.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to just
still
get
like
one book, keep me a bookmark in it, and go through it.
I still like my floppy books. I just do.
Yeah, me too.
I just love the floppy books. There is a 4-book. Adam just reminded me. There is a 4-book compendium set of the IDW TMNT run starting in May.
Don't give them any
And then
ideas.
book 2 is in June. Book 3 is in August, and then book 4 is in September. So if you wanted to collect those in good readable soft cover compendiums, they're already up for pre-order on Amazon. So
Nice, very nice.
yeah, I think that's. I've been reading it. I'm the same comic guy that I've always been. I buy one book and I read it. I buy it to read it, and then I bag it and board it in the white box. I have been extremely torn on the story, the Absolute Batman storyline from day one. That my opinion of it hasn't gotten any better. It's kind of getting worse and worse and worse. If you ask me, this is manga. The content is manga, and that's the audience they're going for.
The reading style is an American comic, but the style.
It's still the artwork is manga. It's very. I don't know. It's gruesome and gross and weird and overblown, and it's a pretty political book too. So I'm getting pretty bored with it pretty quick.
Hate politics.
I still like Void Rivals, but I have to tell you, Void Rivals is getting very hard to follow for me.
It is.
And this is probably going to sound strange, but I loved the first run of the Transformers book. And so far, from what I've seen of Kirkman, it doesn't bother me. But I will tell you, there's been a weird shift in the art. Enough so that I'm having a very hard time
this conversation
following the book, not because of the writing, but because of the art. Because I can't tell in the action sequences, I can't tell which robot's getting beat up and which one's not, because I can't tell the difference between the two of them in the artwork.
Right.
Like there's white robots. One of them just got
it's very frustrating for me because it's just like, and they had that big fight scene in, what was it, issue before last, and 1 second Optimus is fighting Megatron over here, and then 2 panels next Megatron's fighting another Autobot, and Optimus is over here with some Decepticons, and then the next, turn the page and they're fighting again. And it's just like, wow, this is really, really hard to follow because but these things,
cartoon.
It's reported, but that's the thing. These things are a couple of years away at best. I just don't know. He's done good with I don't know. You can judge the content yourself, but success-wise, Kirkman's done very well with Invincible on Prime. So I mean, he's not green to animation, that's for sure.
No,
but again, it's quite a ways away. They had supposedly two movie proposals, live action for Joe. Both of them were shot down.
Yep.
It's looking like Transformers is dead on the vine again as far as live action movies. I really not sure what's going on, honestly.
Yeah, I do know both the pitches for the Joe movies were shot down.
Yeah. And that's
That
where
is
I'm
a
at,
fact.
Timothy. The writing in the Transformers book is great, but the Joe one is just like, this is a slog. I mean, it's just a slog. It's just like, holy cow, we had those one shots 2 years ago. Then Storm Shadow and Scarlet haven't made an appearance at all. And it's like John said, in 20 pages, they spend 5 of them telling us what happened in the last issue. And it's
Yep.
what are we doing? What are we doing? And this isn't like a Superman book. This is an ensemble book, which means you got to tell multiple stories from a different character's perspective in 20 pages. It's just like, man, this is a slog. This is just absolutely positively not going anywhere.
Everything starts to run together too with it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like they're telling the same stuff over and over and over again.
And I have to tell you, the whole thing stinks of the movies. It's Duke and Baroness, Duke and Baroness, Duke and Baroness.
Mhm.
It's just like, I don't. No. I just don't. It's kind of like, would you hurry up and do something? And I got to tell you, it's no Snake Eyes. This is from a comic book perspective. He doesn't need to be as prominent as he was. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't need to be completely absent either.
He is now.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
I think they can make a decent G.I. Joe movie if they stuck kind of towards the cartoon side of it. I mean, not like a cartoon, but a live action, but use just some of the story art from there and just adapt it.
I do too.
Keep
a lot of people
all your
don't see that.
Right. And keep all your political stuff out of it. Just making a movie everybody can come enjoy and leave happy.
See, that's the problem nowadays. People cannot leave politics out of nothing. It doesn't matter what it is, conversations, TV, anything. It's got to have something to do with politics. And honestly, most of us hate politics. That's why we don't even talk about that crap.
Yeah, right.
I wish they would do, even if it was a streaming service that picked it up and they only done 8 episodes a season or something, but do it in a series and have like your main characters like Duke and Scarlet and Roadblock or whatever. In each episode, like maybe it'd be a mission in the Arctic where they bring in Snowjob as a guest star, and you know what I'm saying, bring in the other Joes.
Right.
Where you over a whole season you can get to see a lot of your favorite Joes in that.
You mean like kind of like they did with Renegades?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Kind
Yeah.
of like with Renegades.
Right.
But
Renegades,
live action.
They had the course. What was it? Course 6 on Renegades.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Tunnel Rat, and Ripcord. Those 5.
Yeah.
And then every episode they would introduce someone new.
Right.
Right.
Like they would airtight, so forth.
Yeah.
And it was that. I love that series.
Yeah.
And then it was just gone.
But you could like say you could have a mission where they go into the jungle, and you could have Rotundo guest appear on that.
Yep.
Yes, it'd be like Special Missions, the comic, like Special Missions was. Yeah.
Well, that in Hollywood, I reckon the actors can't keep their mouths shut for 20 seconds. And regardless where you line up politically, if you're selling something to the public, you don't need to pick a side because you're going to make half your audience mad regardless what side you pick.
What they could do was the original 13 as a show.
I don't care who they are. They paid to entertain me, not tell me.
Right.
I need
just like the new Supergirl. And I got high hopes for this movie. I want this movie to succeed, but she's already been kind of running off at the mouth.
Too violent, Tim. Too violent.
I know, right? Resolute was awesome.
That would be amazing.
I mean, it really would. I would love it, but
I'll tell you. The problem that G.I. Joe has as far as movies go, as far as a broader reach, and it's just my opinion, but our tolerance for terrorism changed
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
on 9/11. It changed because a big, huge part of our culture, all of a sudden, there wasn't nothing funny about it anymore. And let's face facts. Tons of the guys that went and fought in those cat boxes after that happened were G.I. Joe fans as kids. And it was a big reason why they joined the service to begin with.
Yep.
So as far as a broader appeal in the media for G.I. Joe, I think 9/11 and the 20 years of war immediately afterwards really put a giant wet towel on that being a thing without it being just so ridiculous it's a joke. It has to be like the movies where they were campy. They had to knock the head off of the terrorism thing. They had to make it campy, stupid, goofy, cartoony, and it that failed because that's just not entertaining,
We can't deal with terrorist snake men.
We don't want to deal with terrorists, period. Look, it's real.
It is.
It's very real. So, yeah, I mean,
It got too real to be enjoyed.
To make an enjoyable live action Joe movie, it's going to have to be ultra violent.
It has to be.
See, that's that's the problem with. That's another one of the problems with G.I. Joe outside of kids media, to be perfectly honest, it would have to be hyper violent, but you better be ready to have dozens and dozens and dozens of green shirts running around because somebody's going to take it. And it can't be the core Joe team.
And it can't be rock and roll in the first issue.
Exactly right.
My goodness.
Maybe Cobra trained in the same place as Stormtroopers.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, I mean, there was a reason Star Trek had red shirts, right?
Exactly. Because
the core characters, the group was so small that you can't have the drama of losing characters because if you do, you're not going to have any characters left.
Right.
So you can have a ton of green shirts and a ton of Cobra Troopers and let them do the sacrificing, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. That's just my opinion on it.
Or you can make it so they're more like Delta Force, and they go in, and the U.S. Army is handling the issue.
Wow.
You could have new recruits come in that don't make it. Like, remember in the comic you had Mangler, the one guy on the Joe team that got killed in that issue.
Yeah,
he was done stupid things. he basically got mangled.
He got mangled.
Send in the sacrificial lamb squad.
I don't know, man. It's tough.
Send in the bullet shields.
It's tough. I mean, let's face it. The second G.I. Joe movie, that we saw more death in that movie in when Snake Eyes and Jinx were doing the thing on the cliffs and stuff. Some of those ninjas got wiped out.
That was really just a rock movie with a few ninjas in it.
It was.
It's basically
right.
But you got to admit it. That 10 or 11 minutes right in the middle of that movie was the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, when they're fighting on that cliff.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
It sure was.
But
unfortunately, they're gonna have to get somebody with a decent script. Write a decent script. They're gonna have to get a director who's actually a fan of G.I. Joe to make it. Because I think that's the only reason the Deadpool series has stuck around as long as it's had. The guy who wrote the first script and Ryan Reynolds.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is the guy who paid for all those movies, and I think he was a big fan of the comics when they first.
Well, he pushed the first movie.
Yeah, that was the big thing.
And he paid for the second and the third one, but the first movie he actually pushed for it. Because he got off into Deadpool when he started reading comic books for the when he was in that X-Men Origins Wolverine movie.
I have to be honest with you, I never saw those movies.
Well, you didn't miss nothing.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. I mean, I just didn't see them.
Yeah, you got one of your main. Well, he was kind of a villain in Wolverine Origins, but I mean, he's known as the Merc with a mouth, and they sew his mouth up. You know, where he can't. Like, you just defeated your own.
That's all right. Deadpool too. He went back and cleaned up the timeline. It's okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hasbro just wants safe. Is my guess. They just want safe.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, and I guess from a corporate standpoint, that's kind of the tightrope they have to walk. But I don't know.
They had like the little podium with the Cobra emblem on it, and Cobra Commander, hooded or not, by standing behind it, and I'd buy it.
Did you see? I don't know if you would have seen it. They did two of them last week. They did little mini comments, 7 or 8 minutes apiece. Mr. Hammond did them. First one he did was on Cobra, and it's revolving around the compendium Kickstarter. But the second one was on Cobra. He's talking about specifically Cobra Commander, and the question was basically something along the lines of what makes Cobra Commander so different and has added to his longevity. And Larry says most comic book characters are they're crazy, they're insane, right? They're just true believers in whatever it is that they're doing because they're crazy. He says Cobra Commander is in it for the money.
Oh yeah.
And most of us have never actually met someone that's criminally insane, but we have definitely met somebody that's just in it for the money, you know, and that makes him that much more relatable. If they could easily stay away from any political overtones at all with Cobra, as far as it being a terrorist organization, if they focused on the fact that Mr. Kessler is a raving scumbag.
Yeah, for real.
Just running the world's largest pyramid scheme to line his own pockets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would make a much better story than tying him into some kind of social revolution or terrorism for political gain.
Mm-hmm.
Run him like the con man that he is, not Baroness's brother from Duke's army past and all this
exactly.
Other, you know,
Cobra Commander's last name is Kessler.
Yes.
But to me, that was always the best Cobra Commander was the one from the comics where he was the used car salesman that basically lost everything because he didn't pay taxes.
Yep. Because of his taxes. That's right. Right.
Well, his wife
but you gotta remember, Larry Hama did that very, very well because he lost all of his money in his business because he didn't pay his taxes because he was a cheat. Right. I mean, he was cheating on his taxes because he was an entitled jerk that wanted. You see what I'm saying?
Because he was wanting all the nice things, and
I'm crazy enough to fight the world.
Larry Hama taught me not to trust used car salesmen.
Yeah, it's funny. He was, I mean,
to me, that's the best iteration of Cobra Commander they can do.
Good.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, he's a relatable person. Right. You know, I mean, you like you said, he's one in it for the money. It's all about the money.
Yeah. It's all in it for the money.
I'll let you know a secret. I'll let you know a secret. A lot of these organizations now, apolitical, political, these movements, they're in it for the money too. They just don't tell you up front. Cobra Commander was honest. He was up front about it.
Yeah,
he was in the inner circle. They all knew what he was, but the loyal legions were duped.
Yeah.
I mean, they were, low-level disgruntled people that were mad about their taxes or the layoffs or whatever it was. I don't.
Well, you think about it, even in the cartoon. I mean, I know you find out later he was part of Cobra Law, but even in the cartoon, the mass device and all that, what he threatened the governments for what?
Money.
For money.
Right. Yep, that's right.
For them to pay them so many millions of dollars.
The only difference between Cobra Commander and Dr. Evil, Cobra Commander's got cooler looking threads and a better army.
Yeah. Yeah, it's doable. It really, because that way we can get away from the political terrorism that we've all suffered because of. You know what I'm saying? If it just becomes just another big extortion racket where you got a bunch of people that are disgruntled for one thing or another, it's doable.
That's the reason people can relate to Cobra Commander, because they're just drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, say you get a tax bill in, you kind of think to yourself, well, I want to go and start me a world dominating organization not to pay taxes too. You kind of relate with it. But reality sets in. I mean, you can't do that. It's a reality sets in, and you can't do that.
No, that has never crossed my mind. But I will say I will say this, G.I. Joe did inspire me to become a ninja when I was a kid, and I have to tell you, it was the absolute worst 3 hours of my life. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, you tried doing the Marines, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get very far because I had other things pop up. So, anyways, I guess we plowed through another episode.
You're always saying I have nothing to talk about, and you somehow managed to get 2 hours.
Yeah, but we end up
Oh,
talking.
we're good like that.
Yeah, we talk about the same thing all the time.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
I wish I had more time for content. I had always intended on doing more of the goofy interview that we did that time, and
we can still do those.
I don't. I'm like everybody else. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Well, I could dress up like Emily and drag, and y'all could do an interview with me.
No. Okay, calm down.
Man just got booted.
He's out.
He's out. He's gone.
Strike 3, you're gone.
That's it.
I don't think nobody would say
I don't know, man.
I'm over here sad. I'm pretty sure I got more than 3 strikes.
I don't know. I tell you what, though, the way AI is going, generating content would be a lot easier than it was even just 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stuff these people are coming out with is actually very, very clever.
Yeah. Other day I seen Chuck Norris roundhouse kick Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. Some of it is very funny. I mean, some of it, if you do it right, I'm not objecting. I don't object to AI. As far as it's just clever for entertainment purposes, but if you're using it to try to dupe people or just generate slop so that you make money, I
Well, see, I use that photo generator deal. You change the background and stuff and have fun with. I mean, that's okay. But as far as to disfame somebody or make fun of somebody or whatnot, that's not cool.
Yeah, I just don't. But like I said, some of that and it's moving very quickly. Some of that stuff we talk about movies and like that. You do realize that we're probably not that far away from AI generated whatever you want. In record time. So
close.
I was going to say all these actors that keep spouting off and stuff, people's going to get tired of it. They're going to replace them with AI. I mean,
yeah.
They're
just like
you got them.
Yep. Have a good night, Adam.
Night, buddy.
I mean, think about the conversations we'd have over the years about we don't like the choice of an actor for a certain character in a movie, because their build was wrong, or their hair was wrong, or their voice was wrong. I mean, you can all of that can go away now.
Yep.
It's all designer. They can be as big or as small and have whatever voice you want them to have or whatever mannerisms you want them to have.
Yep.
And it can be produced in absolute record time for nowhere near the cost. And it's not a lot of it is, especially the stuff that like a movie studio would have access to. It's not cartoony. It's not the stuff we're seeing on Facebook.
It's pretty.
They could
visually
generate
accurate.
They could generate some incredible stuff.
As long as they put some motion blur on it and stuff, it won't.
Well, and that's. I mean, I don't know how this whole thing works, but I mean, they sit there and just tell the AI what you want, and they'll just create it. I mean,
basically just take a comic, scan the picture of the character, and it can create a real life version of it.
Right. Well, let's face it.
Just like
a lot of this stuff has been CGI for years, anyways.
Yeah.
Especially with the characters in costumes, a lot of the stuff that we've seen from them has been CGI for decades already. Why wouldn't it just go to that next step?
Well, them G.I. Joe pictures I made of all of us. I just went and got pictures, some off Facebook, whatever, typed in Chat GPT, make us G.I. Joe characters. There you go.
It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That was one of the big things about the Batman '89 movie, because it was one of the first movies to incorporate the CGI into the, like Batman on the rooftop and all, and it looked great. I mean, for the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we're about one generation away making Hollywood obsolete.
Oh no, a generation. Good Lord, I think we're weeks. I don't even think we're months anymore. What was it at Cannes last year? They had the redheaded girl.
Yeah,
that they showed that movie and everybody loved it, and then the guys that created it said, "Oh, by the way, every second of that was AI generated," and they threw a fit because he produced an award-winning 90-minute film that didn't have a real person in it. The voices were AI generated. Everything was AI generated, and they produced that movie for under $500,000.
Yep.
And most of that was purchasing the AI software and the computers to run it. And everybody, it was called The Red-Headed Girl, and everybody loved this movie until they told them, "Oh, by the way, not 1 second of that was real." And
a lot of these, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. I had to watch it a couple of times, but after a couple of times, I could see like a few little places you could tell that it was AI, but it was almost seamless.
Yep.
And a lot of these studio production companies, they're getting mad that these actors go out here with their views and basically tank a movie before it even hits theaters.
Yeah.
Well, when you start looking at this, is crazy, but when they say this movie cost $500 million to make, right? You go, wait, what? And then you look at it, and 120 million of that was director and actor salaries, right? And then on another 35 to 40% of that is the worldwide marketing expense to promote the movie. So when they say this movie cost X millions of dollars to make, actually only about 25 to 30% of what they're actually claiming was spent on making the movie. The rest of it went for salaries and advertising.
And if you do that with AI, a lot less.
Well,
a fraction.
And I'm fixing to start some controversy and a lot of hate coming my way, but I'm going to do it anyway. You take Captain Marvel. Brie Larson, she went on her rant, whatever. And here's the deal. And it kind of kills some of the momentum of the movie. My personal opinion of the movie was okay. It shouldn't have lost money.
I didn't see it.
It was good. It was an okay movie for a Marvel movie. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't run out to theaters to see it like I did first Captain America: First Avenger.
I gotta tell you, I think that for a multitude of reasons, politics and just terrible writing and expense. Like I said, a multitude of reasons. I really think, for the most part, movies, as far as movie theaters, is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I don't want to spend a lot of money to go watch something that's at best mediocre.
Well, I will say we went to the movie on Friday. We saw that Mario Galaxy movie. That was worth it. That was really good to see.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but you guys went to a matinee. I mean, because otherwise,
Go at nighttime.
it's going to cost you $60 to go to.
Yeah.
No, that's insane. That's absolutely.
Well, see, I reckon all the people in the know basically said that movie stunk, but the fans loved it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
well,
was
that's
amazing.
That's
And the reason being is Chris Pratt and his religious beliefs. That's what I think. I don't look at it. Well, I don't look at it as a good movie. I mean, I personally didn't care about the first one until I was talked into watching the first one. Now I want to see the second one.
Yeah.
It's just more politics, Which they'll try to tank a movie. They're not above that. They don't care. I mean, if it's not on the crusade, then they'll tank it. What do they care? A lot of these people are very much so like locusts. I mean, they're looking to destroy. They're not actually looking to, build anything. They just want to tear it down. They'll allow it to exist as long as it agrees with them. Other than that, they just want to wreck it. That's all. It's pretty straightforward. So
just like that, they got a new show on Peacock's called The Miniature Wife or Shrunken Wife or something like that. I started watching it. It wasn't really pushed as far as advertisement. It's kind of a cross between the Stepford Wives and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's a pretty good show.
all right then.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, have a good
All
one,
right.
John.
Yeah,
Take it, John.
Yeah, let's hang it up. What do you think?
Yeah. Stick your
Everybody have a
camera.
good week. Be safe.
Everybody, yep.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
Find them Joes and
Thanks, guys.
Rosses.